morning. How's everybody doing this morning? It is Tuesday. It is 10:30. So you're here with me at Tuesday Talks at 10:30. I'm Evidential Medium Stacy Niedenthal, and I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. If this is your first time here, hello. Put a 1 in the comments so that afterwards I can personally welcome you. And thank you to everyone who, comes back as many Tuesdays as possible, whether it is live or you're watching the replay. You're watching it at the precise time, the divine time that you were meant to be here. So Tuesday Talks was created several years ago when I thought we needed a safe space to talk about things that maybe you don't need to talk to about, to be able to open up your mind a little bit and get other thought processes about spirituality, meditation, grief, mediumship, where you're not judged. You're just given different ideas, different thoughts to think about so that you can create that sacred space within yourself and learn and grow and reconnect with yourself. I always like to put the intention out there that I can say the words that land on the ears that need to hear them. So if something that I say resonates with you, it was meant for you. All right? So it has been a little while. I was on last week, but I didn't do the blog. As you all know, it's been kind of wonky the last couple weeks, but we're working through it and everything is great. And I want to thank each and every one of you for reaching out to me and just checking on me. I so appreciate it. So this month, we are going to be talking about abundance and joy and creation and all these different things that can help you to feel better about yourself, to reconnect with yourself, and to give yourself permission, I guess I should say, to bring in abundance. So I want to pose this question to you, and I want you to think about it. Have you ever noticed that the moments that you feel the most abundant had nothing to do with money? And it had everything to do with how alive you felt. I want that to sink in for a moment. It had nothing to do with money. We confuse abundance with money, when abundance should be connected to how we feel. And I want to back that up by saying, because abundance is not something that we chase. It is something that we become available for. We call it in. We invite it. We ask it. We welcome abundance. If you think about what is abundant around you, what grows, nature never apologizes for expanding. Flowers, they don't question whether they deserve to bloom or not. And the ocean, it doesn't ask for permission to rise with the tides. And yet somehow, humans we are taught to shrink before we can receive. And it doesn't really make sense. Why do we need to get smaller before we can receive? So I want to talk about how to invite abundance in. And when you do this, it is allowing yourself to expand your energy, your thoughts, instead of shrinking. Abundance is energy of expansion. We talk all the time about manifesting. But I want you to think about when and how you manifest things. Most people will try to manifest things from survival energy instead of expansion energy. They want to manifest out of desperation, out of the final need. When you think about fear, fear makes things smaller. It contracts, it tightens your nervous system, it tenses your body. Scarcity, when you're afraid, you grip tight. You're afraid of losing, so you hold on tight. You're desperate for a solution. Abundance begins when you start living. I said that wrong. Abundance stops living from emotional confinement. Because if abundance can't get in because we are so gripped, so tight, so closed, it's just bouncing off of you. Abundance has nowhere to go. So I want you to think about and hear me. Expansion is not becoming someone or something else. Why would you believe that you need to be something else other than yourselves? Because it's a learned trait. We were taught to sit down and be quiet, to watch and see what happens. Maybe this will happen. But expansion is allowing your energy to become large enough to hold what the soul has already been asking for. So instead of being open and asking, we tend to stay invisible. We tend to overthink everything. Or say, well, maybe later. Do you wait until you feel worthy first? Do you believe that receiving must be earned through exhaustion? Now, I don't want you to think that abundance and receiving and expanding doesn't take work, but it should not be exhausting. So we're asking you, if those examples sounded like you, to step out of your comfort zone and speak an idea out loud. You could say, hey, I want to bounce some ideas off of you. All right? So you're growing with that. Start creating things before they're perfect. This allows you to step into the fullness as you're creating. You'll get more ideas because energy ruminates when you start moving and allowing things to happen. Allow joy without guilt. So you're celebrating all the victories, no matter how large or how small. And I'll give you an example. And I've talked about this before, I believe. If you have a to-do list at the beginning of the day, and you get 5 out of 7 things completed, do you feel joyful at what you have completed, or do you focus on the 2 things that you didn't? So, celebrate the small victories. Oh my goodness, I got this and this and this done. Tomorrow's another day. I'll put that at the top of the list for tomorrow. It is also taking up energetic space. That's a good one, right? What does that mean, Stacey? It means allowing yourself to radiate your energy. Walking into a place with your head held high with a smile on your face. Doesn't mean you're coming in gangbusters so that everybody turns around. But you're radiating your energy, your joy. You're inviting yourself to be seen. You're owning your energy. You're owning your embodiment of who you are. So as I said all of these things, did something in your life pop up. So what is currently going on right now within you that is asking you to grow, but keeps being stopped at this intersection of fear? What is that? So I want to talk about bringing in beauty. Because beauty is part of a frequency. And this helps you with your energy. And beauty is not superficial. It reminds the soul that life is still worth, what life is still worth and what is still open to. Beauty is energy because beauty makes people expand. It's a frequency. It's not a luxury. It changes your energetic state. How does it do that? When you see beauty, when you feel beautiful, when someone's spirit, soul is beautiful, it softens survival mode. So if you're in survivor mode, look for something beautiful. It reconnects us to our own inspirations. It opens us up to be receptive for new ideas. By reminding the nervous system it is safe to receive. Have you ever felt like, and we've all felt this, someone gives you something and you think, where's the fine print? Oh, do I owe you something now? Sometimes just say thank you and see the beauty in that. Beauty can be added to your environment. Candles and flowers and music, creating a sacred space. Maybe clothing that makes you feel radiant. I listened to a podcast yesterday, and it was a woman who was talking about different ways to look at your closet. So when you go to your closet and you decide what you're going to wear for the day, you ask yourself first, how do I want to feel today? Maybe you have an interview. I want to feel confident. Maybe you're just lounging around the house. I want to feel comfortable. But clothing can make you feel radiant. Other things like nature, bringing a flower in, meaningful rituals, things that you do, mantras, meditating, dancing. Beauty is not shallow. It's not vanity. Okay? So when you look at beauty, decipher the meaning there. Am I being vain by saying I'm the most beautiful person here? Or do I say, oh, look at that beautiful flower? Beauty is medicine for the spirit. Try this once. If you're having a bad day, close your eyes. Find a flower, of course. Close your eyes. Smell the flower and notice what happens within your body. How does it feel? How does it change? And when you notice that disconnect, things get tight. When you disconnect from beauty, you start to disconnect from possibilities. Beauty is part of self-worth. Are you postponing beauty until you heal? Until after you succeed? After that breakthrough? But beauty itself can become part of that healing. Think about it. When someone's in the hospital, you send them flowers to cheer them up, to connect them to nature, to know that you were thinking of them so that they feel worthy. So I want to talk a little bit about how your energy can expand. Let's talk about transforming a room, for instance. Room's all cluttered. There's everything all over the place. Usually my desk is a mess, but I clean it up real quick before I do my Tuesday talk, so you can't see that. But do you know, if I clean my desk up before I start working in the admin stuff, I feel more productive than if I just leave everything all over the place. If I'm feeling closed in, I will say to Jeff, let's go for a ride. Where do you want to go? I don't care. Let's just go get lost. And especially if it's a sunny day, I have my face by the window so the sun's hitting my face. It changes my energy. Maybe I wear something different that makes me feel confident. Whether it's jewelry, the outfit that I have on. Creating a sacred space during grief, or if someone is transitioning from this life to the next life. So, for me, it's different for everybody. When someone passes, I go into do mode. I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. I back away from a lot of people because I have to process it. My sacred space may just be going for a walk, breathing, thinking about what needs to be done, because I will feel the grief later. I'm not pushing it down. I just process things slower. So emotionally, grief isn't always available to me right away. But those who are grieving, I'm right there for you. So do you see how staying in the moment, expanding things, transforming your room, recognizing you need sunlight, wearing something to shift the way you feel, creating a sacred space. Do you see how beauty is energy? You just paint a room. Oh my gosh, look how pretty it is. Now I have to do this and this and this and this and this. And this is now, it feels different. But as I say that, beauty is not just decorations. It's a communication of energy, the way you feel when something surrounds you or in you. When you encounter beauty, something inside of your body softens. It's like the nervous system exhales. Because the spirit remembers there is more to life than survival. Are you living in survival mode? Things are screwed up right now. And you can allow this to continue to affect you, or you can find the beauty in things. The nervous system exhales. The spirit remembers, I don't have to live in survival mode. Think about when you go into a dark room, it feels different. But when you light a candle, notice how it shifts. You can now see, you start to smell the fragrance. It feels soft, it feels intimate, it feels sacred. Having a bad day? You know what can change that? Fill the room with music. Because music fills that space that's around you, all that staticky, negative stuff. And it changes the way it feels within you. Fresh flowers after an emotional day, something happened in a room and the room just feels heavy, emotional, bring some fresh flowers in. Nature will instantly shift presence into people. Beauty will interrupt emotional numbness. Go to the grocery store. You know how they always have those little the little flower stands or whatever. You can pick up a bouquet of flowers. Easter, they have flowers. Christmas, there's flowers. Mother's Day, there's flowers. Did you ever notice how when people go through a grocery store, they're just like robotic? I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. They're numb. But flowers, they walk over and they smell it. That's what expands being receptive to the positive energy that's around you. When you live too long in stress, in grief, in burnout, in fear and scarcity, you tend to stop experiencing or expecting beautiful things for yourself. And eventually, you stop expecting goodness as well. Think about that. When you spend too much time in grief or burnout, stress, you don't see the beauty because you're numb to things. Intentionally bring something beautiful in. Flowers are one of the easiest things to do. Beauty reopens the heart. It reminds us that life is still creating, still moving, still offering. And then I want you to think about this statement. Beauty is a form of self-respect. Many people deny themselves beauty because they feel it has to be earned. Do you wait for a special occasion to buy flowers or to wear a special outfit or to decorate your room or start thinking about a dream or celebrate? What if beauty was never meant to be a reward? What if it's nourishment for the soul? The environment, the things around us that we create quietly, whisper to our nervous system what we believe that we deserve. So, you can feel unworthy, or you can say, you know what, I'm going to buy myself some flowers. I'm worthy of that. And the nervous system starts to wake up. Beauty creates magnetic energy, attraction. So beauty is part of abundance. Beauty is expanding the energy because it pulls us out of being shrunken, contracted. Do you feel connected to beauty? So when you feel connected to something beautiful, ask yourself, how do I feel? Do you feel more inspired, more creative, more open, more magnetic? Intentionally bring beauty in and see how it changes your energy. This also connects with manifesting. You manifest different when your energy says things like, life is happening to me, versus life is flowing through me. See the difference? It's flowing through me. I'm navigating it. Or, oh my God, it's coming at me. So a flower doesn't bloom because it's guaranteed it's going to get seen. It blooms because it's part of nature. We're part of nature. And humans are no different. We are meant to create beauty, experience beauty, and become beauty in so many different ways. The way we live, the way we love, the way we talk, the way we create, the people that we meet. So the universe is asking you to partner with it, to expand your energy, to expand your world so that your energy then beams onto other people's worlds. And when you talk about manifesting, it's not passive, wishing, hoping, or out of fear. It's co-creating with the universe. And the universe will respond to movement, because movement is creation. You're creating movement. Movement gets rid of the stagnant shifts, movement shifts stagnant energy. It's a signal to you, to your soul, to your spirit, to your energy, to your nervous system, readiness. It awakens your identity. And it opens pathways. So, creating things, manifesting things, movement, it's creating things like journals or art, creating a business idea, planting a garden, building a new community, a circle of friends. Maybe it's a book club. It's cooking, it's speaking, it's designing maybe a new life. Maybe I want to live here. I've always wanted to live here. I've always been afraid to live there because I have to move. So creation, when you are creating something, creativity, movement, imagination, positive thought, joy. Creation does not require mastery. It's not perfection. It does not have to be perfect. I want you, if you know an artist friend, if you know someone who makes furniture, if you know a flower designer, anyone who creates something, I want you to ask them, are you happy with this piece? What do you think? Most of them will go, yeah, but the creator, the person who created it, sees the flaws where it could have been better. Instead of going, I really love this piece. Flaws and all. Because you know what? We have to love ourselves, flaws and all. Some people are waiting to become confident before they create. But confidence is often born because of creating. Creating tells the universe, I trust life enough to participate in it. When I had the idea for the book, My Head Knows But My Heart Still Hurts, man, I was just energetic and writing it and doing this and sending it to the publisher and getting the proof copies and changing the proof copies. And yeah, I was in this marathon race. And then when I got the final proof copy, all of a sudden, this fear came upon me because there was this realization, others are going to read my book. What if there's grammatical errors? What if there's a typo? Oh my gosh, I need to read this again. And knowing that, I sent it to a publisher. I had an editor. I had a proofreader. I read it a gazillion times. If there was one or two typos, didn't mean the book wouldn't help someone. But what did I look at? Not the help that the book, the intention of the book. I looked at, what if there's a mistake and somebody criticizes it? So I created this. But then fear set in. But published anyway. I was too late, basically, to stop it. So look at expansion, energy, beauty, and creation. All three of these tie together. Expansion is when the door opens. Beauty is that light, that frequency when it raises. And then creation anchors what you're manifesting into reality. Otherwise, you're just manifesting a wish. Abundance is not always about money arriving from the sky. Ed McMahon is not going to knock on my door with $1 million check. Sometimes abundance appears first as an idea, as a conversation, a new desire, a sudden feeling in your life that there's more, something is becoming larger. And then the soul expands before the physical world catches up. Allow that. Invite abundance into your life. Let me see the beauty. Let me expand. Let me feel the joy. Let me move. You know? Because maybe abundance was never about becoming more valuable. Maybe, my dear friends, and let this sink in, you are already valuable. And the real journey is in learning to stop shrinking around what you are meant to receive. You are valuable and you are worthy. Your life changes the moment you stop asking, am I allowed to receive? Do I deserve to receive? And begin asking, what wants to be created through me now? What can I create? Where am I being pulled? Because when you look at what is pulling you to be created through you, that helps you to live the life you love and love the life you live. Isn't that what we all want? Creating that. Knowing I am valuable already. All right, my friends, I love you so much. This is Tuesday Talks at 10:30. Live in abundance. Call it in. Invite it in. It's not about money. Your value within yourself is beauty and expansion and creation and movement. I will see you next Tuesday at 10:30, where we will continue to talk about this. I love you so much. Have a magical day. Invite abundance. See the beauty. And move into greatness. All right. Bye.